And what is up, guys? Welcome back to Acceleracers for another video. So today we have the fourth part of the Ultimate Hunt, where we're going through trying to collect all 36 carded Acceleracers. So just to sort of rehash where we were in the last part of the Ultimate Hunt, we have spent $344.18 to get 20 out of the 36 Acceleracers. And I only had 15 on hand at the end of the last video, but the other 5 that I've ordered have come in today. So let's take a look at them. So the ones that I bought on the buy it now were these right here. It was the Octanium, the RDO 3, the Nitrium, and the RDO 9. Love that RDO 9. That's gonna look great in the collection. So that is 19 out of the 36. And then the Anthracite that I won on a buy it now. Oh, this thing's dusty. This Anthracite right here that we got, we won this on live bidding with the Accelium. So this takes us up to 20 out of the 36 on hand. So we are fully caught up in the Ultimate Hunt. Now there's no live bidding in this part of the Ultimate Hunt, but this is just going to sort of go through and show the purchases that I've been making over the last 2 and 3 weeks, because it has been a while since I've done an update. And unfortunately, we're kind of at the part in the collection having 20 out of 36 where I can't really go in on auction and win a bunch of these in one sitting. It's more of the sniping them for a good deal whenever I can and haggling with some of the sellers to get the prices down so I can buy them sort of one at a time and piece the last half of the collection together. So let's jump right into it. So almost immediately after I only won the Anthracite and the Accelium on auction, I typically get frustrated after I lose a bunch of auctions, and I have a pretty bad habit of going and sending out about 50 offers to a bunch of different Acceleracers sellers, trying to get some deals after that. But anyways, this listing I've been up for a while for $100 for a Power Rage, a Nitrium, and a Hollowback, and they all looked pretty beat up, but it had been listed for like 2 months, I think. So I went ahead and sent him an offer of like $50, and I had sent him bigger offers than that before, and he had always declined them. But I think he got sick of having it listed after a while, so I sent him an offer of $50, and he accepted it. So by my math, I was thinking $10 for the Hollowback, $10 for the Nitrium, and $30 for the Power Rage. So that is the 21st car that we needed. We got this Power Rage here. Can't wait for it to come in. So $30 for a Power Rage to get us the 21st car. And that is sort of a continuing trend over the last month or so. It's more been trying to snag 1 or 2 carded Acceleracers here and there. There definitely haven't been many opportunities to snag a bunch at once that I need. So like this, for example, this was about a month ago, or today's April 1st. So this was almost a month ago. I won like 8 of these cars on auction. I only needed 1 of them, I think. So I got a Ratified, Rolling Thunder, Battle Spec for $25.50. That was a pretty good buy. $16.50 for the Accelium, $17.50 for the Iridium, $13.50 for the RDO 6, for both RDO 6s. So RDO 6 was a car that I needed, so I got it for $13.50 total. But the rest of these cars, man, I know I didn't really need these for the Ultimate Hunt, but the prices are going up. Even on auction, you're paying at least $11 to $13 a piece for these cars. Getting anything under 10 is probably an absolute steal at this point. But you can definitely see how the prices are going up, and I'm starting to have to pay a little bit more here and there if I want to get Acceleracers in. So we got this RDO 6 for $13.50, and that is the 22nd car. So by adding the Power Rage and the RDO 6 to the set, that brings our new running total up to $387.68. It's definitely only going to get more expensive from here on out. I think we had a really good run getting the first half of the set for pretty cheap, but if I had to predict, I'd definitely say it's going to cost about $1,200 total to get all 36. That's just my prediction to begin with. But when I first started doing this, I really thought I could get them all for under $1,000, but just the price of Chicane and Spectite alone these days are going to push upwards of $1,000 for those two. But we have a pretty good start so far. So $387.68 for the 22 Acceleracers cars. So now on hand, we have this Power Rage, and man, this thing is beat up just like I thought it was. It's got a ton of creasing and dust and scratches. It's definitely a pretty trash blister, but a Power Rage is a Power Rage. So we're happy to add that to the set as the 21st car. And then the 22nd car, this RDO 6 right here, the blister is actually awesome. It actually feels a lot thicker than normal blisters for whatever reason. Maybe that's something to do with the packaging error where it was an RD10 and they had to get the RDO 6 sticker on it. But this RDO 6 is gorgeous. So that is the 22nd car on our way to a full set. And I'm sure most of you guys do keep up with the auctions that end, you know, once a week or so. There's like 5 or 6 Acceleracers at least that go up on auction that are all by the same seller. And this seller, Hot Jojo was the guy's name. He listed like a ton of Acceleracers. I got the 3 booster packs from him, but also he listed like 30 or 40 different Acceleracer lots, just like the variation lots, like 2 Ratifieds, 2 Rolling Thunders, or the Hollowback and the RD10. And let me just tell you guys, on this auction, I almost lost my mind trying to win some of these. Every single car in that auction was going for like $50 plus. Okay, so here, for example, I actually found the listings of all the cars that he sold in that auction. So let's look through them real quick. So the baseline went for 1950, 36 for the high voltage, 36 for power age, 27 for battle spec, 51 for the 2 synchros, 34 for the 2 drift techs. Reverb sold for $192. But then it started getting ridiculous. So $60 for the RDO 9, $22.50 for RD10. That was me. I actually won that car. We'll go back there in a second. $142 for the RDO 8. $37 for a pair of RDO 6s. That's crazy. $24.50 for RDO 4, $46 for the 2 RDO 3 variations. That's $23 a piece. And then it just got ridiculous. $51 for an RDO 2. Oh my goodness. $26 for an RDO 1. That's kind of fair. $13.50 for the jackhammer, $14.50 for the power bomb, $24.50 for the ratifieds, $33 for the rolling thunders. Flathead Fury sold for $255. That has to be a sale record for Flathead Fury, but this was after there hadn't been any listed for a while. So $255 for the Flathead Fury, $22.50 for the riveted, $37 for the 2 spine buster variations, $56 for the Technetium, $55 for the Metalloid, $46 for the Covlight. Who knew that silencers vehicles were so expensive? Wild, wild prices. $33 for the Carbide, and this blew my mind. $51 for this Iridium. After all these more expensive silencers vehicles like Carbide, Covlight, Iridium is the one that went for $51. $41 for an Anthracite. I just won an Anthracite on auction for like $20. But the thing is that confused me is out of all these cars that were selling, almost every single one of them had a buy it now, or another listing, like another seller had an Anthracite listed that had a buy it now of like $30. And there was Iridium up that had a buy it now for like $35. So I have no idea why these guys were spending $51 rather than just buying the buy it now listing. It didn't make any sense to me. And it also kind of just seemed like people were jacking the prices up, if you ask me, because it just doesn't make sense. $22.50 for the Acceleracers, and that pretty much wraps up that listing. So I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty irritating day because I spent about 2 hours bidding on all those auctions and I didn't win hardly anything. I ended up getting like a hollow back, a couple of ratifieds, but I did get this RD10 for $22.50, a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but at some point I'm gonna have to start shelling out big bucks to get some of these cars before the prices go even higher. I mean, at this rate, an RD10 might go for $40 in the next couple weeks. So I did get an RD10 for $22.50. That is the 22nd car, I believe, or the 23rd car that we needed for the ultimate hunt. But then after a couple of frustrating days, I did manage to win this high voltage. It ended at a weird time. It was just like a high voltage and a Covlight that got listed. And they ended it, I think it was like right in the middle of the day almost. And there wasn't many people that were bidding on it. So I did manage to win this high voltage for $27. But after shipping and everything, it turned out to be like $35 even. So, I mean, that's about market value for a high voltage. But honestly, I'm fine paying market value for some of these at this point because the steals just aren't there. But as long as I'm not having to pay $50 for a high voltage, I think I'll be all right. So we did manage to get a high voltage for $34.99 to add it to our collection. So with the additions of the RD10 and the high voltage, that will bring us up to 24 out of the 36 Acceleracers. That means we are 67% of the way there. We are 2/3 done. And I do have the RD10 on hand right here. It is gorgeous. It's definitely one of my favorite drone cars. Such a unique looking vehicle. So the blister is actually really clean on it too. So we have this RD10 on hand. So now we have 23 out of the 36 on hand, still waiting for the high voltage to come in, but we are doing very well. Unfortunately, the price just sort of continues to climb. So we are now at $445 spent and 17 cents. So $445 so far that we've spent to get 24 out of the 36 carded Acceleracers. And I've got to say, I'm glad I started doing this when I did, because if I was starting from scratch as of today, it would definitely be a nightmare and probably almost impossible to get all 36 for anything short of like $2,000. I mean, the prices on auction are just ridiculous right now. Some of the prices that Flathead Fury and some of these other cars are selling for, you know, it'll cost you a kidney just to get a Flathead Fury. But anyways, 24 out of 36 Acceleracers, that is awesome progress on the Ultimate Hunt. Hopefully we'll have some live bidding for you in the next one if I can find some cars that I'm interested in on auction. Off the top of my head, I've got a little list pulled up on my laptop. The cars that we are still missing for the Ultimate Hunt are RDO 1, RDO 5, RDO 8, that one's gonna be a pain. Carbide, Covlight, Metalloid, Technetium. Then I think the rest are all Teku vehicles. Reverb, Drift Tech, Synchro, Chicane, and Spectite, I think, is the last one. So those are the 12 cards that we're still missing. It's going to be a pain to find those, but we are getting closer and closer to that complete set. And before I go, I do have one last surprise for you guys. This technically isn't part of the Ultimate Hunt where I collect all 36 cards, but I was planning to go after some of these bigger items down the road. But the deal that popped up that was too good to pass up, I had to take it. So I kind of went out of order a little bit. But what I purchased for the Ultimate Hunt is a Slam Ram Hyperpod, new and packaged with the RDO 6. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I honestly don't remember these being, the packages being this big as kids, and I don't remember what these sold for off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up. I want to say it was like $10 or $14 or something like that. So we got a Slam Ram Hyperpod, a Dual Driller Hyperpod with the Power Bomb. Yep, another one new on the blister, and you know if I got two, I definitely got the third one. So we have here the Carpoon Hyperpod with the Drift Tech. Yep, I got all three of these Hyperpods from Acceleracers on eBay. If you guys haven't seen this page, you should definitely go check it out. I got these for pretty cheap. I got $126 total for the three of them, which is interesting that these don't sell for that much, considering I think those are probably a little bit rarer than some of the cars. I mean, it's not too common to see these Hyperpods. There's always some listed for 30 and 40 bucks, but they don't seem to sell very fast, those Hyperpods, which is just strange to me because they're pretty freaking cool and they come with a car inside. So I'm definitely happy I got these for $126. So we're gonna add that to the Ultimate Hunt total once we finish the 36 cars. And that means all the Hyperpods that we need left will be what? The DLX Hyperpods and the Sweeper. So that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys, for the Ultimate Hunt. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the progress and these awesome Hyperpods that I've added. You know, I bought these and I really wasn't sure if I was gonna flip them or keep them, but once I saw them, I just can't bring myself to sell them again, guys. It's too hard to find stuff like this in packaging that's actually, the packaging looks pretty good. So I'm definitely gonna be hanging on to them and adding them to the collection. So that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Acceleracers Hub for more Acceleracers content. I think we just broke 350 subs, so there's a giveaway video coming. It probably won't come until about a week from now, I think, because I have some content lined up that's gonna be coming out before then. But stay tuned for the giveaway. It's gonna be awesome. And I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out, guys.